Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is a reading for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. This reading is from November 26th, when we have the new moon in Sagittarius, until the new moon in Capricorn on December 26th. As you guys may know, Sagittarius is a fire energy. Ruled by Jupiter. So this is a great time to go on an adventure and explore with your heart, because Jupiter is also all about luck. So you also have luck on your side. Sagittarius is the I master energy of the zodiac. So this reading will explore what you need to initiate to bring yourself to a higher level of authority or understanding about the world around you. It's a great time to search for the truth, for peace of mind. It's a great time for travel, for freedom, for adventures, to solve legal issues, to have faith and optimism, and find solutions and overcoming excess, which can be anything. Can be food, can be drink, can be drugs, alcohol, can be overthinking, can be overworking. So this is a new moon spread. It's going to be 6 card with the bottom card for the energy. And I promise I have shuffled cards before. Okay, so this new moon spread is meant to identify your intentions for the upcoming cycle. For those of you that watch my readings, I do individual sign readings for the full moon and the new moon. And the new moon is a great time to set intentions. And the full moon is a great time to release that which no longer serves us. So this is going to show you what you need to learn in order to cultivate and eventually manifest those intentions during the full moon or during this period until we have that new moon in Capricorn on December 26th. So I hope you guys are setting intentions with the new moon. It's a very powerful, manifestation technique. But if you're not, this will just help you sort of get an idea of how to manifest for your greatest good. Okay. So while I'm shuffling these cards and while I'm doing the reading, I'm just going to ask that you guys go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, comment and share if and only if that's something that you like to do. And I just want to thank you guys so much for your love and your support, your comments. Welcome, and give a huge virtual hug to my new and returning subscribers. I love you guys so much, and I just want to tell you how appreciative I am for being on this journey with me. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So spirit, angels, ancestors, loved ones who have passed, and spirit guides, please tell us what we need to know for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for the new moon in Sagittarius. Please tell us what we need to know for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for the new moon in Sagittarius, period. Okay, these babies are ready. Okay. Okay, your overall energy here is the Chariot. That's pretty awesome energy. The Chariot is Cancer energy, so you may be dealing with a Cancer. You might have a lot of Cancer in your chart. The Chariot is somebody who has poise, command, strength, free will. We all have free will, I'm sorry, uses his will and his strength to get through any situation. This card is a card of movement. I'm using the After Tarot, which takes the original images of the Rider-Waite tarot deck and then depicts what would happen a few seconds or a few minutes after those original pictures. And on this one, I love it. These sphinxes are sitting down, but now this card, he is on the move. He knows exactly where he wants to go. He knows how he's going to get there. He knows that he needs to get these two magnificent, very opposite animals who are looking usually in two different directions and who are very fixed. He knows how to get them moving, and look at their strength and their magnificence here. I love this. This is the duality, so it's blending duality. Blending, we remember that we cannot have anything positive without the negative. It cannot exist. The Chariot card is all about, again, it's a strength card. It's also about speaking your mind and setting your boundaries. I'm really getting, for some of you that do chakra work, this is your solar plexus chakra, especially with all of this yellow energy as well coming behind him. I love that he's leaving the gates. He's going on an adventure again as we enter into Sagittarius with the Sagittarius new moon. it is all about adventure. It's all about taking trips. It's a lot more, it's free, and there's a lot of travel involved, whether that's literal travel and vacations during the holiday period, or if it's sort of more figurative and spiritual journeys and that sort of thing. Now, normally this wand is straight up in the air, which may be a little bit of a phallic symbol, but it's about his potency and his strength. In this, his wand is pointing down because he's at ease. He's more relaxed than he is. He's about to start his journey. He knows what he's going to do, but he's just more relaxed. He's not as tense as he is in the regular Rider-Waite. Now, we definitely have below that the Five of Pentacles, which is a journey that one sometimes has to take on their own that can be really difficult. It could be a journey that you've chosen to take, and it may be something that happened during Scorpio period, and it very well could have to do with a Taurus person, or it could have to do with a contract, and it could have to do with your spirituality, or it could have to do with a marriage. But something happened, and remember during Scorpio period and with Mercury in retrograde, we had lots of change and lots of transformation. And this death card is depicting that nobody is safe from this. So some of you, especially my dear Geminis, you guys may have been going through that rebirthing process, which is sometimes very difficult, but it's ultimately really necessary. And I get that difficulty coming out with the Five of Pentacles with more earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and a journey that, you decided to take on your own, or you had to take on your own. Some of you may be in separation. Okay, some of you, but I get with this Chariot card, some of you may have decided to reunite if this speaks to you in a romantic situation. For others of you, this is just a spiritual journey, or it was something that you had to do that was a little bit difficult. Healing is not always easy. It's not always, it doesn't always feel like a beautiful process until we've actually gotten there. So please do remember that. The first card out, Gemini, is Where Are You? And right now, this is a lot of sorrow. This is more Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. And this person is so wrapped up in this cloak of negative feelings, emotions, sadness, and loss. You very well may have lost a loved one, or you may be in separation. Again, because we see that this difficult journey, death, which could be the ending of something as well, could be the ending of a marriage for you. And I get that you fought for it. It was something that you were fighting for, or this transition is something you were fighting for, and it hasn't been easy for you. Okay, my dearest Geminis, I love you guys. Spirit wants you to know that, angels, loved ones who have passed, ancestors, spirit guides, everybody has got your back at this difficult time. Now, with this Five of Cups card, it's a lot of disappointment, it's sadness, it's sorrow. There's a need for healing here with all of these clouds in the background. It's kind of like there's a lack of clarity, and you're not seeing straight because of whatever these negative emotions that have really got a hold of you and wrapped around you. He's so blind to everything that's going on that there's somebody being swept away that could really use his help. And that's something that, Spirit is saying, you need to look. Not all of these cups have spilled. There's still 2 cups that haven't fallen over. They're not even broken, and you can refill that cup. Okay. So what's blocking you is happiness, the 10 of Cups. Again, there's lots of Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. Some of you are definitely dealing with a Cancer, something that happened during the Scorpio period of transformation, Mercury retrograde. It may have been a split up, it may be a divorce, because I do have family here, and we have happiness, and you have your tribe. Now, your tribe, who is that? That can be your blood relatives. It can be your spirit guides and your animal guides. It can be your actual animals. It can be your plants. It can be your soul tribe, people that you have a community with on social media, or people that maybe you meditate with, or you do yoga with, or whatever. Maybe you play, you shoot pool and drink beers with them. That can be your soul tribe as well. And there's something here. I'm getting that this is a block or the loss of somebody in this tribe, in your surroundings. Either it's a relationship, either it's a divorce and the family splitting up, or it's, it could be like a soulmate type relationship, or somebody in your family may have passed over as well. Okay, my dear Gemini, or you're losing somebody in your family. I just got an image from one of my guides, Alzheimer's. So some of you might feel really blocked by, taking care of an elder family member, a parent, or something like that they're still physically here, but mentally they're deteriorating. That's just going to be for one of you. Now, the intentions you need to set in order to grow is you need to bring this house down. There are two options. The Tower is usually a very, very sudden shakeup. But the kind of the glory of this card is this lightning bolt. This can come from you, so not as so much of a surprise, but something here is really difficult for you guys, Gemini. I feel like some of you got news that, one of your parents has Alzheimer's, and it's just come as like a major shock to you, and you really need to come to grips with the disease, what's going to happen, and not, you can, yes, you can be upset and you can cry about it and everything, but you need to get real here, is what Spirit is saying. And you might need to just sort of bring this house down. You might have to just understand your loved one is still here, but they're going to have bouts where they're not here and they don't remember until, you're just going to have to really educate yourself, is what is the message I'm getting here from Spirit. That's just for one of you who might be dealing with somebody with dementia or Alzheimer's here. Okay, and it's got you really sad, sorrow, disappointed, longing for the time when you could actually sit and have a conversation with them that they could remember, or they knew who you were, or something like that. For others of you, this is a split up, this is a marriage, this is some sort of contract that's been broken, or a long-term relationship. And this intention here, the Tower, is like, again, you need to bring the house down. You can't hold on to things that no longer serve you. And sometimes it's better just to get it over with so you can start the healing process. So some of you know what you have to do. Some of you, I'm getting, may have been involved in a third-party situation, and it kind of took all of your happiness from you. But Spirit is saying it's okay to mourn those things, and mourning, even if it's the loss of a loved one, mourning is okay. But you do need to find a way to come out of it. And, and yes, your foundation is rocked. Yes, things are going to change, but you can't hold on to those negative vibrations, because remember, you're going to attract what you're vibrating at. By no means am I saying don't mourn. There's so many steps to grieving, whether it's a breakup, whether it's the loss of a loved one through a sudden accident. It may be for some of you, it may also be, losing someone in your family to some sort of dementia or some sort of degenerative disease like that, okay? But set the intention that you've got the strength and the will to do this. I'm getting, for some of you, this is what took place in Scorpio period, so you just need to stick with it, okay? Because, what you need to know in order to cultivate and to manifest your highest intentions, there is expansion, and expansion is coming your way. And with this Three of Wands energy, we've got Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Once you're able to sort of bring the house down, sort of, and to clear these negative thoughts and burn out what no longer serves you. Again, it could be a toxic relationship. It could just be educating yourself and knowing that maybe your loved one is gone, but they've passed on, or they're no longer suffering, or something like that. Or if you just really know if somebody's dealing with dementia or Alzheimer's, what the disease is going to be like, and to just be very real is the message I'm getting here. But also realize that there's a lot of growth and expansion coming to you through this healing. So once we get over this grieving period, I get here that you're not that tense, that you're going to very easily get through this difficult time. Some of you might be isolating yourselves at this moment. I feel like it's been a long, hard journey for you. And whatever, it may be your spirituality is being questioned. Maybe you're questioning your own spiritual beliefs at this time, in the face of whatever is going on. But this rebirth is pretty awesome. And we do have death, and then we have the Tower. So we do have this cycle coming through. And, Mercury retrograde and the Scorpionic period and the Taurus full moon was all asking us to figure this out, and recognize the cycles, the natural cycles of birth, death, and rebirth, and there's harvest and there's decay, and that's a natural part of life. And there's expansion coming in your future. So what you need to gain in order to help you cultivate your intentions is this foresight. You need to actually surrender to whatever it is. Acknowledge this has happened, whatever you're mourning, that maybe somebody has a disease, maybe that the relationship is over. Acknowledge it, and then this is when you can grow. Okay, this bird, he's seeing the big picture, and he's also surrendered to the fact that he's done everything that he needed to do, and this is divine timing that's at work for you, Gemini, okay? So the positive energy that's going to emerge during this phase, this is union, this is a marriage, this is celebration. You have 2 3s here. Remember, 3s are all about groups. They're about completing a phase, their expansion. And there's growth and there's people coming together. So whatever this sort of tragedy is, I am getting a message that this is going to bring, if it's an illness in the family, this is going to bring you together closer with people that maybe you thought, you wouldn't be. Maybe it's siblings, maybe it's cousins and that sort of thing. Maybe this was a funeral, and you're going to end up meeting, somebody very, very important to you that you love. And I'm not saying in a romantic way, I'm saying that, but you're going to feel like, okay, now I know who my tribe is, and you're going to see who really does support you. And Spirit is saying, I think you're going to be really, really surprised by this. Okay, but there's so much growth and expansion. Just if you can see the big picture here, okay, come out of this. I'm not saying prematurely come out of this mourning period, but just, being able to see the big picture is going to provide you so much expansion and growth, Gemini, okay? And you guys are strong. You guys have been through a lot. That is very, very clear. And, your overall energy is the 3 of Cups. This is celebrating. If this is a romantic relationship that has ended, it looks like either there's a reunion in the works, or, sometimes people before they get married, they split up because they get really freaked out about the commitment aspect and that sort of thing. So it looks like that's a reconciliation for some of you as well. Okay, whoop, and there's a card that absolutely had to pop out, and it is one of the best cards in this deck. It's the cornucopia. It's abundance, it's happiness, it's joy. So despite however you are entering the Sagittarius new moon, my dearest Geminis, there's a lot to be had. There's a lot to be learned. You do just have to sort of bring the house down. You do have to walk away from something. And I think it's better that you be the bringer of this lightning bolt. Walk away from the things that no longer serve you. And there is a grieving period. And if that grieving period is up, it's time to move forward, because there's so much growth and expansion, so much abundance, whether that's love, whether that's health, wealth, happiness, but it's coming your way. So please, please know that, because I know some of you are in a very dark period right now. Okay, Geminis? Now, door to personal healing and happiness. Yeah, you just need to, you're hurt. You're wounded, okay? It's tough. It's a tough journey. You feel lonely. I think you feel abandoned, but I think as soon as you come through this, you're going to realize that you have so many people, more people in your soul tribe and your actual tribe and your family that support you and love you. And I just see so many people coming together. Yeah, and what's seemingly a really sad occasion, people coming together and bringing about lots of group sort of healing, okay? Now, I do get there's a lot of anxiety involved here, Geminis, okay? So again, remember, do your research. If somebody has fallen ill, research, the possible solutions. Creative problem solving is also, the work of the Chariot. When 2 chariots fight each other in ancient battles, they couldn't fight head on. They had to find a way to come up alongside each other. Okay, because if they were to go head on, they would crash, and, their horses or their sphinxes would hit each other. Okay, and so it's like finding a different solution. So I know that you have a lot of anxiety, but anxiety is worry about the future, and Spirit is really telling you to come back into the present. And again, when we see this Chariot with his sort of flaccid wand, I mean, that's all I see when I look at this, but he's at ease, he's relaxed. He's doing his research. I'm getting sort of a meditative, even though, this is a journey and what have you, and he's a very powerful, and the Chariot's a very powerful major arcana card, but at this point he's poised, he's at ease, he knows he has the power within him, okay, to heal this situation and to find, and Spirit just wants you to tell you there's so much healing and happiness and abundance coming your way. Okay, so stop worrying. I just get, my dear, stop worrying. Take yourself out of the future, put yourself in the present. Okay, just like this Chariot, relax. You'll find a solution. You'll come out of this, and you'll bring the house down. Hopefully you'll do it yourself, or you've received sudden news that might have thrown you off balance, okay? But, you know, there's so much healing and abundance coming your way. Crossing bridges, it's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releases. I mean, you don't get any more confirmation than this, what I was just talking about. Again, I do get that you may have lost someone crossing this bridge, maybe somebody crossing over as well. So, you know, and they're really asking you, for those of you who may have lost a loved one, they're really asking you to celebrate their life, okay? Not to mourn and grieve, that they want you to know that now is a time for celebration. For others of you, you know, it's a spiritual journey and it's an ascension, okay? And it's healing, connecting, mending, and releasing, and connecting with the soul tribe, where those of you who have felt alone and isolated and abandoned, now you're going to really feel like, you know, you're going to meet and be presented with people who are like-minded, you know, and that's going to provide so much healing for you. And then we have Voyage of the Heart. Love flows through you and to you. So, I mean, in case it wasn't evident, you know, Spirit is just sort of reaffirming, you know, this is something that you're very emotionally attached to. Again, with all of the water energy here, with the Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces cards coming out, you know, it's definitely something you're very emotionally attached to. It's definitely something that hasn't been easy. Okay, and I'm also getting, you know, solar plexus chakra for those of you that do chakra cleansing, but also I want you to look at the Chariot. Look what he's touching. He's gently touching his heart chakra and his heart space. Okay, and then we have Voyage of the Heart, and he's a voyager, he's a traveler. I mean, so it's just resonating all over the place. The messages here, there's so much healing, okay, and happiness that's coming to you, even though you've had to go through this really difficult time. All right, my dear Gemini, so Spirit, please give us additional messages for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for the Sagittarius new moon. Please give us additional messages for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for the Sagittarius new moon. The first one is abundance. I mean, boom, coming out on top of the cornucopia. I am a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. Yes, you can. All right, don't lose sight of that, Gem, okay? Don't lose sight of that, my dearest Geminis. Spirit just wants to tell you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you so much. Patience. I accept that divine happens, that everything happens in divine order, okay? So have patience. I know, you guys, it's hard to have patience when you're grieving, when you're upset, when you're really sad. Again, Spirit, I'm just getting this message, and it's just, I love you. I love you. I always loved you. Okay? Oh, look, and if with this anxiety card, look at her position and look at this. I know you guys are suffering right now. I know somebody out there is really suffering because of this separation or whatever this loss was, you know, but the Spirit or your loved one who's passed over is just saying, be patient. There's so much abundance coming to you. Some of you might be receiving an inheritance, and I feel like it's pretty unexpected as well. Okay, and then you have Diana, focused intention. Keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions focused on your target, and you will make your mark. Yes, and I love this because, again, it's like, don't lose focus here, and that's the Chariot energy as well. Like, use your strength, your power, your will. You cannot lose focus right here. I know it's been really tough. I know there's been either a death or a loss or some sort of major transformation, and your spirituality has really been questioned, or a contract was broken, or you might be dealing with an earth sign here, okay, but just stay focused, okay, because there's so much good coming to you, Gemini, even if it doesn't feel like it. I love you guys so much. Please give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, comment and share if that's something you like to do, and just thank you for being on this journey, and I hope you guys have an absolutely beautiful, beautiful full moon in Sagittarius.